Welcome to The Inside Source, the podcast that is everything sports marketing. From agents and athletes to large and small brands, we are your number one source for inspiration on how to work with athletes.
KJ, what's up, man?
Yo, what's up, bro?
How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good. You're not going to hold this jersey right here against me, are you?
I can't even see it. Don't worry about it.
My man, that's awesome. All right. Well, hey, thanks so much for joining us. Let's kick this right off. This is the Inside Source Live. I'm your host, Drew Butler, joined by a very, very special guest this Tuesday evening, none other than KJ Britt. KJ is an Auburn legend. He was a middle linebacker for the Tigers just a year ago, a team captain, and now he is a fifth-round draft pick recently for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defending Super Bowl champions. KJ, first things first, congratulations on all your recent success. Huge props on being a draft pick. Just on the whole, what's it like being an NFL rookie so far? All good?
That's cool, man. Really busy right now. But I mean, I'm blessed. Blessed to have this opportunity. Blessed to be a part of a great organization, and just soaking it up right now, man.
That's awesome. One day at a time. That's all you can do, man. I'm sure you're drinking out of a fire hose. NFL life is no joke, especially taking in rookie minicamp, getting a hold of that playbook, trying to get on special teams. I'm sure those coaches have been telling you that's your ticket right out the gate, but no doubt you're going to make an impact. Well, man, you know, there's so much changing in the world of college sports right now. Auburn, your alma mater, is going to be really at the forefront of it as just in 22 days. I mean, less than 30 days. Alabama, Georgia, Florida, Mississippi, New Mexico, student athletes in those states can be compensated for their name, image, and likeness. It's just wild. I played college football 10 years ago. You were just at Auburn a few months ago. What a wild change in the landscape where student athletes are finally going to be able to get what they deserve. That's, of course, what we do here at Icon Source, providing the marketplace and the platform for brands to engage with student athletes. KJ, just talk to me about your background. You're from Oxford, Alabama. You ended up going to Auburn. Was there any doubt that you were going to go to Alabama? Were there other schools you were thinking about, or was it Auburn through and through from day one?
Well, I thought I was gonna go to Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, Georgia was recruiting me heavy. I took official to Stanford. Then I took official to Ole Miss, but I had hit some stumbling blocks during recruiting. Got confused a few times. Didn't know where I wanted to go to school. I never really liked Alabama. To be honest, I mean, I know I'm from Alabama, but I didn't really like it when the visits I took. So I ended up being recruited by Auburn, Georgia, Stanford, and Ole Miss was the teams that I really just took serious. So I thought I was gonna go to Georgia, but then I kind of strayed away from them. Started getting recruited heavy by Auburn. Started taking a lot of visits. I have a lot of family in Auburn as well, so kind of a no-brainer. And Coach T. Will was on the up and up, linebacker coach at the time, and it was crazy, man. It actually was a great time to be recruited by Auburn. The defense was finally thumping. Coach Steele was laying his foundation, and it was a great time. So I just jumped on it, and here I am.
Yeah, I mean, you made a great choice, obviously, and like you said, y'all had a ton of success. Made it to the SEC championship game in 2017. We talked to your teammate Derek Brown a week ago. He obviously was leading that defensive line, and you were right there in the second level, making a bunch of changes and difference in each football game, which was a blast to watch. What were your thoughts on the coaching change that happened at Auburn this past season? Obviously, Coach Malzahn now at Central Florida, and Brian Harsin comes in. Some carryover from that staff, but looks like Auburn made the change to try to keep up with the times. Obviously, you got Nick Saban on the other side of the state. You just said you were never really into Alabama, but you were able to beat them a few times. So big-time hat tip to you. What is that rivalry like? I mean, I think it's the best in all of college sports, and I didn't even go to either school, but explain that to us. I mean, the Iron Bowl is something that nobody else gets to experience for sure.
It's a real rivalry. It's nothing that get foreshadowed. It's a real rivalry, and I hate to say it, but it's like it was real hate.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Really not the players that hate each other. It's kind of more like the fans. and you just being in Auburn 365 days a year, and Alabama, being in their city, whatever city that is, 365 days a year, and you just, you know, they preaching what they preaching, we preaching what we preaching, and they just don't co-align. So when it's time to play, it's bragging rights, and it's something that a lot of people have a lot of pride about. A lot of people, will do anything to play in the game, but when you play in that game, you got one goal with the win, and no matter like what Alabama rank, they always gonna have a good team. You gotta respect the program, but we always blue collar, blue chip. We always got a chip on our shoulder. We always come in ready to play. That's why I got 2 wins versus them. We always come in ready to play, man, and um, the task at hand just to win, and that's what we go out there to do is win.
Absolutely. Got a lot of love in the comments as well. Cameron Brown saying War Eagle. A couple people saying that they hate Alabama. It makes a lot of sense. My wife went to Alabama, so I'm in a house divided as well. But no love lost for the Crimson Tide. There is no doubt about it. Hey, let's focus on this big change that's coming, even in the state of Alabama, July 1st, with these student athletes finally being able to be compensated for their name, image, and likeness. You see a lot of these universities announcing their initiatives, their programs that they're building for their student athletes. Take yourself back to your recruitment. You just talked to us about it. Georgia, Stanford, Auburn, Ole Miss. Do you think that would have played in to your decision if it was allowed back when you were coming out as a high school senior looking to go somewhere for college? I mean, sitting there going, wow, this school really cares about it. Maybe this one doesn't. Hey, I see what this guy was able to do in this community. How would that have affected your recruitment?
I really don't know. These are new times to me. I don't know, what specific are going to be able with the name, image and likeness. I think taxes has a big play on that too. I know that student athletes going to be taxed as well, and I think they said they was going to try to even it out to where everybody gets a piece. I think I heard something like that. I'm not sure, but if you got caught up in that early on as a high school player, you gonna have a rude awakening when you get to college.
Yeah.
I mean, when I got to college, that's not even half of what you're gonna. I mean, that's not even like I don't even see how they would even play it apart because college football was hard. It was a grind, man. But, I don't know how things are now, man. I'm sure, but it was a grind, man. My first few years, we didn't have the portal. Um, guys wasn't just jumping around. They could do what they could do what they wanted to with you. It really wasn't that lenient. So, um, I don't really think that I would have really played a part in that because you can't get too caught up in the hype
Yeah.
as a high school senior coming to college, man. Like you want to get some real dogs, week in week out in the SEC. So um, I don't think I would have played a part in that. I think I would just try to do what I could do on the field, do what I could do in the classroom, just make a name for myself, doing what I can control, not really what name, image, and likeness. In this sport, what you can control is how you play. And how you play is how you really make a name for yourself. So I think I would try to handle that first, and then I think all the other stuff would have came to me.
You know what? I think that's really refreshing to hear. And I think that's probably the outlook and the perspective of a lot of student athletes because they're the ones living it, right? We live in this world and we're working in this industry where people speak in hypotheticals, right? People are like, well, here is what student athletes are going to do, and they're going to get distracted and they're not going to focus on the issues at hand. You just said, if you don't play well, you're not going to really have that good of a name. And if you don't take care of your work in the classroom, then you're not going to be able to play. So NIL is kind of going to be a moot point if you're not taking care of your business. Great, great point to make right there, KJ. And when you talk about your business, just explain to our viewers and our listeners right now what the daily life of a student athlete's like, especially a football player at Auburn. You don't have too much free time on your hands, do you?
Nah, during the season was hectic. From classes being starting at 8 a.m. From classes going all the way up to 1:32. Um, you eating lunch. If you're fortunate to not have a class on one day, like you just trying to take a nap. But after 2, you're in meetings from 2 to 4. And then 4 o'clock you start practice.
Yeah.
So practice, that's when we run by 4:30. to about 6:30, and then after about 6:30, you go get food, and then I mean, if you was a real student athlete, I mean, if you was a real student of a game, you're gonna try to break down your film, try to break down, make your corrections, try to game plan, try to dive in your playbook, which that might take an hour and a half. But then like you look up, it's 8:30, and then you're like, hold on, man, I gotta do my schoolwork.
Yeah.
Look up is, you know, you do knock out an assignment. If you like I am, kind of procrastinate. Like, man, I hold this off. Then you look up, it's 10:30. You're like, dang, I got an 8 a.m. class in the morning. So it's like, hey, I might need to go to sleep. Try to get 8 hours of sleep. Then, you got a girlfriend. You talk on the phone for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Then you try to fall asleep, and then you can't fall asleep because your mind's still racing from the day. It's 11:30. Then you wake up the next morning, you're tired. And then you got to do it all over again. So I mean, it's a very, you know, stacked life, as I would say. Like you always got something to look forward to. But hey, I mean, you know, it doesn't stop there. Coming to the NFL, I'm more busy now than I was in college. Because it's just football all day. So I mean, um, you gotta learn how to manage your time, manage what you think is important, what you have to do, all the essentials, all the necessities, and just to make it make your life what you want your life to be. So I mean, it's really being an athlete, getting to the field. I tell people all the time, like making it to the field on Saturdays, that's easy, man. This Monday through Friday, that's the grind. So I mean, um yeah, anybody who played college football can attest that, hey, man, you're going to be busy. Anybody who
Yep.
played football, hey, you're going to say you're going to be really busy.
I love hearing you say that. It's so true because you know it, right? And all student athletes know how much you do sacrifice. Sure, there are plenty of privileges that come along with being a student athlete at a great university like Auburn, but man, you wake up and your day is planned out for you. If you want to be great, you have to sacrifice a lot and put in a lot of work. And I think that's where Icon Source provides a lot of value for these student athletes. Look, if you're taking care of business in the classroom and taking care of business on the football field, if you have that time from 8:30 to 9:30 at night where you kind of push everything to the side, now you're going to be able to pull up this app on your phone and say, hey, here are some businesses that are interested in presenting me with opportunities. Do I like this business? Is this payment what I want? Do I have time weekend or on this weekday to do what they are asking so I can be compensated on my name, image, and likeness? I think it's great hearing you say that. There's no doubt that this platform, Icon Source, is going to provide immense value for these student athletes, especially when they do the deal and the contracts protect them and the payment is processed and we get y'all paid. Then we take all that information and give it to the university's compliance department so you can keep focusing on what is most important. Of course, that's your academics and athletics, and then sneaking in that hour-long phone call with your girlfriend at 10:30 p.m. Hey, we talked to your boy Derek Brown, and he mentioned to us one of the restaurants in town that he wished he could have been a partner with and been compensated for. He said Panny G's, Panny George's. What do you know about Panny George's?
Oh, man. Some great food, man. Some great home cooking, soul food, not the best on the calorie side, but hey, it's good. It's real good. And, we used to eat it all the time for our Sunday dinners. That's something that Coach Mazon, he incorporated. It was mandatory during the year that after, win or loss, you have Sunday dinner and, play 12 games a season. By 8 weeks, Panny George is going to be there.
Yeah.
So a lot about it. Great food, man. I wish I would have partnered with them.
That's what Derek was saying.
And their hours, they make a killing because their hours are like their hours are crazy. Like they only open maybe a few days out the week, and then they got a little time frame you better get there. And when you do get there, it's really busy. So yeah, there's some good food in Auburn though.
What else would you think about? Any other restaurants or brands or businesses that you said, man, I would have loved to partner with them while in Auburn, and you could have been compensated doing it the right way on Icon Source? Anything come to mind? I know it's a great college town.
One of my favorite restaurants, other than Panny G's, was Amsterdam.
Okay.
I like Amsterdam Cafe. Let me see if they got in. I can't remember Auburn restaurants. So many places you go to Auburn. I can afford a lot of them college
Yeah.
stipends. So, yeah, so I had to eat pretty cheap, but for some cheap food, and for some great food, Penny George was great.
There you go. Hey, there's no doubt that with your success at Auburn as a team captain, as that rock on the defense at middle linebacker, you would have had plenty of opportunity utilizing a platform like Icon Source, and all those businesses in Auburn could utilize Icon Source to engage directly like with superstars like yourself, KJ Britt. Well, KJ, any final words? We'll let you get out of here. We know you got a busy schedule. Any final words for your fans who are tuned in right now, for businesses that may be listening, or for student athletes who are going to be taking on this new NIL era?
To the student athletes, like I said, just do everything that you could do, on and off the field, and let all the name, image, and likeness take care of itself. To all the listeners and viewers, you know, for all the restaurants out there, just keep on coming up, keep pubbing your restaurants. Try to make sure that people know about your restaurants, because people ain't gonna know what they don't eat. So know about what they're not gonna eat. To all my other fans, just keep on striving to be something great.
That's awesome, man. KJ Britt, thank you so much. Good luck with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2021 as you head into your rookie season. 5th-round draft pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Auburn legend, team captain. KJ, thanks so much, and thank you for tuning in to Inside Source Live. I'm your host, Drew Butler, and we will see you next time.
Appreciate you, Drew.
Thanks, KJ.
Thanks for listening to The Inside Source. Every week, hear what brands, agents, and athletes have to say about sports marketing. If you would like to reach me directly, you can email me, chase@iconsource.com. Have a great day.